Here, look at this. Am I not amazed? These eyes can see the stars. But these eyes cannot see myself. What we see is the appearance. I am the body, I see the body. So moment that there is an identification with the body, then the body takes birth and it dies. Then the mind goes down. It has instinct, it has fear. Now I know the limitations of these sense perception. I naturally reject. No. These senses cannot tell me who am I. Buddha says, know thyself. Yes. When I know neighbor's house is not mine, I am not attached. The mind becomes free. I know the highways are not running, the sky is not blue, the water is not in a mirage. I'm okay. First level. Second level is the mental perception. Mental perception happens with an ideas and a concept that I am the body, I am the mind, I am the breath, and now there is no more body, no more breath, no more mind. Really? But that happens in deep sleep. Mindfulness never succeeds without understanding the principle of Eastern wisdom. Whether it is taught by Buddha, Shankaracharya, Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, or our ancient masters. Pay attention, there is nothing new. The science lays importance on what is new, update, latest. And our Eastern wisdom lays stress on what is eternal, what never changes. So if our mind does not start contemplating in a right way, nothing happens. I have seen this for the last 38 years, meeting thousands and thousands of students. I did mindfulness, I experience peace and happiness. So what happens after 2 hours? I return again. Why I return again? Mind keeps that wrong notion in the life. When I keep the wrong notion in the life, nothing happens. And then I say, okay, yes, I'm changing for the last 20 years, doing the same practice habitually, and no change. No, but there is a little change. What that little change is? The Eastern wisdom, these masters, is never looking for little change. It looks for transformation. It looks for evolution. Are you a prince? One great scholar and a philosopher at the time of the Buddha said to ask Buddha when he saw him, are you a prince? Buddha smiled and said, no. Are you a king? No. Are you an angel? No. What are you? I am awakened. First, the scholar was asking, who are you? The last question, what are you? So Buddha was waiting for a right question. And he smiled, I'm awakened. Awakened does not identify with I, you, he and she. And these identifications comes from the mind that identifies either with the sense organ and the body or the mind. See that? And the moment the identification drops, I need not to ask the mind whether I am in peace or not. I am already in peace. Why we study and practice any meditation or mindfulness based on the teachings? Why? Not because this is my practice and this is your practice. That doesn't work here. But people are carried away. It's okay. We study these teachings to study ourselves. You study chemistry to become an expert in chemistry and can go for a profession or pharmacy, pharmacologist or anything else. You study biology to become a doctor. Everything is outside. See that? Just have your attention. I study these teachings of the masters to study myself. So we don't go for the original teachings. We say, oh, this book is good, no, it will not work. It will inspire you intellectually, no doubt. It will give you some relaxation and peace of mind, but it will not help you to reach to the ultimate journey. Dhammapad, for example, the first chapter of pairs is focused on removing the wrong perception of the mind. Eightfold Noble Path, the first path, right view, right knowledge, aims at changing the perception of the mind. And when the mind changes that perception, it naturally drops the identification that we have been carrying not in this life, but many lives. That dropping is not done by an effort. It is natural. Put your GPS. Departure point, your place, and arrival point is my location. You leave everything on the way. You leave the neighbor's house, you reach to me. That is it. Even if you put your GPS in the car and you don't start, going into anxiety, no, I have a lot of problem, how can I reach? No, you will reach. See that? By studying these texts, the departure point is clear, arrival point is clear. So when these 2 points are clear, the mind even tries hard to move outside, it will not. And the mindfulness happens. It simply happens. Meditation or mindfulness is a happening process. I see the sky, it is not blue, but it appears blue. But now I know, no problem. I look at the body, I'm not the body. Done. A great master in the 7th century, Mano buddhir ahankara chittaninaham nacha shrotra jibhai nacha ghrana netre nacha vyoma bhumir natejo navayu chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. This knowledge revealed into his mind when he followed these principles, when he removed the wrong notion. We study these teachings of the Master to study ourselves. Nothing will happen if I study about Buddha, study about masters. But if I study him to know myself, how that happens, that is what the mindfulness is. That is what the meditation is. I studied, I contemplate, and then I reflect, and then I do the practice, and the change starts happening in life. Manobuddhir. So then what happens as you practice regularly, the time comes, the books are left, the teachings are left, you can easily absorb into meditation or mindfulness. Then what happens? This is what happened to this master who wrote these 8 verses. Mano buddhir ahankara chittani naham. I am not the mind, intellect, memory, ego. Mano buddhir ahankara chittani naham nacha shrotra jibhe. I am none of these 5 sense organs, and none of these 5 elements and 5 motor organs. Then who am I? And there is a revelation. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I am the absolute existence, consciousness, bliss. On one bank of our true nature, the other bank of the true nature, what Buddha says, nothingness. See? Have we ever thought and contemplated, Nina? We say mindfulness. What we are achieving? Nothingness.
Yes, I received the 5 empties.
So one side we say emptiness, and then we say practice mindfulness. Fullness and emptiness. See that? we don't care to contemplate and reflect. Emptiness means what? So when Buddha refers in his teaching that Kapila was a great master. So Kapila lived 4,000 years ago. First definition of mindfulness he gave, Dhyanam nirvishayam manah. Objectless state of the mind is mindfulness. So it is not emptiness the way we understand, it is you are losing the objectivity. Why? Then only I can know myself. So the Buddha left there. Buddha says no more imagination. Achieve that objectless state of the mind. Then everything will happen. After all, he talks about compassion, he talks about kindness, he talks about non-violence. So it means that non-violence, that kindness, that peace and happiness and the bliss happens after nothingness. But we say, oh, nothingness, and we start forcing our mind to achieve to the nothingness. It will never happen. It has never happened the way we try and approach. That's why I always stress that yes, first adhere to the teachings. Not one day. Pick up one principle, digest it, assimilate it into the mind for weeks and months together in day-to-day activity in life. The life will change. Life will change. So let us close our eyes and let us take a journey to the mindfulness again. Eyes are closed. And let us see, I'll make the journey simpler today. The mind looks at neck joint. It is an object. But now we move to the subjective experience. Is the neck joint have sensation? When the mind goes there, we feel it. Is it comfortable? Yes. If it is not, realign it. Is there a steadiness? Yes. Done. All effortlessness. Look at the shoulder joints. You can sit, you can lie down, whatever is most comfortable. No issue. Shoulder joints. Object, subjective experience, sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. You are wise. That's why I'm personalizing the practice today. You have been doing the practice for years, and I'm making it simpler. The mind will complain, thoughts are coming, let it come and go. Let it remain. We continue our journey. You still drive your car when other cars are there. What's the problem? These teachings helps us to point to the truth. Shoulder joints, sensation, being comfortable and steady. We are just preparing for it. When we do not educate the mind to be comfortable in the beginning, the mind will return to its old habit, conditioning. That's why we are saying, mind, no, this body is comfortable. You know the sensation and you feel the steadiness. Knee joints, you feel the sensation being comfortable and the entire body is comfortable. It is totally unconventional journey. Why? I always pay attention to that. Otherwise the mind will be heavily conditioned. Now be carefree. Whatever is happening, we are aware. We are not responding or reacting to whatever is happening in the mind at this time. Thoughts are coming, good. Thought stays, good. Thought goes away, good. How easy it is. But it needs a regular practice with wisdom. Thoughts, feeling, sensations, they will come, they will go. Let them come, let them go. Let them stay. So being comfortable is at the level of the body, being carefree is at the level of the mind, and being casual and natural. When we are expert in driving, it is natural. Same thing, be natural. Let the mind does not run after any goal of achieving something here and now. It does not mean that we do not work with some goal in our daily life. We must. And people don't pick up that understanding. I have to give a class at 8. Yes, I have to give a class at 8. Natural. And now let us make the first step. I always tell people, if this practice is done for 3 months, morning and evening, during the day, everything is possible. So the first step is, again, you become aware of the body through the sensation. Why? We are dropping the identification with the body. How? Look at the head and the neck and be there. Okay, you're there, you feel the sensation. You become aware. Done. Is this the step? Yes. The conditioned mind will not respond to it. The mind, the one who is a seeker, it will instantly respond to the practice. Look at the right arm. You're simply looking, you're there. So what happens? You feel the sensation and you become aware. That's all. Silently we are treating the mind by this step. That we will understand in the following session. Left arm, you are there at the left arm, you feel the sensation and you are aware. In that field of awareness, you may feel the sensation. Sometimes you feel the body moves. The body moves because of the mind, so you become aware. And that very awareness stops the movement of the body. We have to do nothing. Look at the chest and the belly. Feel the sensation and become aware. What is that sensation? It's a feeling. I'm not using difficult terms to keep the mind gesturing and imagining. Look at the right leg. Okay. Be there. Feel the sensation. Become aware. Done. Left leg. Sensation and awareness. In today's practice, I am following the teachings of one of the great masters, Ashtavakra. The entire body, sensation, awareness, now we give the mind a reference point in the second step. Why? A reference point so that the mind is empowered. And that too is such a simple. Look at the head and the neck and discover, experience, sensation and stillness. I'll not talk about calmness and relaxation today. It will happen. The mind moves on the right arm. Be there. And discover sensation and the stillness. When the mind withdraws from the body cannot move by itself. So it leaves the body in the state of the stillness. That is what happens in death. The body stops moving. But because it loses what gives the body a life, so it becomes tight. But here our experience will be sensation, stillness, freezing, numbness, more or less the same. But we are fully aware of it. Look at the left arm, sensation, stillness, freezing, numbness, calmness, whatever it is. Our journey doesn't end with an experience of the calmness and the peace. It is just the beginning. The chest and the belly, sensation, stillness, maybe freezing, numbness, maybe calmness, maybe the thoughts are still there. Who cares? Right leg, sensation, right leg, sensation, stillness. Freezing or numbness, whatever it is, in the field of awareness, be there. That's all. Look at the left leg, just a look. The mind will say, no, you're asking me not to move the body. That is the problem of the mind. That reveals that we don't follow these principles. Look at the left leg, feeling the sensation. Stillness, calmness, and quietness. The entire body. Allow the mind to move on the body from the top of the head to the toes, slowly, gently, gently. Sensation in the stillness. The mind says, okay, I feel the sensation and stillness, but where the mindfulness is? That mind, chattering of that mind should not be given any value. Let it come and go. Okay? Look inside the head, in the space. When we are aware of the space, we leave the sense perception, which is limited, which conditions. One thing. Look again deep inside the head in the space, become aware of the space all around. A non-verbal awareness that the peace and happiness are my essential nature. And I'm on the verge to discover that peace and happiness. Because the mind is habituated to return outside, we have to do some play with the mind. And there comes the breath awareness. So looking inside this space, you are aware of it, and from there you look at the breath. I open the hangout first, then I see you. You are aware of the space inside, from there you look at the breath. I think I'm making the step clear. So what happens? The mind becomes an observer. The mind becomes the witness. You have been doing this journey for many years, so it's becoming a personalized session. So from inside, you're looking at the breath. And you know it, not only looking and knowing. So what do you know? The breath is going in, breath is coming out. Just continue to know it. Because we need to engage the mind that will prevent moving outside, so we add the second point of awareness. First point of awareness, the breath is going in and out. Second point of awareness, the breath goes in and you feel the sensation of the breath inside the nose. When the breath comes out, you feel the sensation of the breath inside the nose. Nothing more, nothing less. What is you are looking, you know it. That knowing is your experience. So awareness, knowledge and experience changes. The mind. Now the third point of awareness that gives us a reference point of mindfulness. The breath is going in and out, first point. Second point, You feel the sensation of the breath. Third point, you are simply aware not to change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. The body continues to live in the state of sensation in the stillness that helps the mind to live within. And then we are aware of the space inside, and from there we are looking at the breath going in and out, feeling the sensation. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. When we succeed in living into that state, then the mindfulness happens. Just do nothing for a while. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Yes, what happened, Nina?